Hey y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box right there, that means I'm live. But if you don't see it, that just means you are catching the replay. When you pop on, make sure you comment the word frame, F-R-A-M-E, and I will send you the supply list for everything what we are using. But we are making an interchangeable frame, and this is a new frame that I have. It's called a shutter frame, and then we're gonna put Santa in it, okay? So, hang out, hit the heart button, and do me a huge favor, make sure you're part of my broadcast channel. So right down here in the pinned comment, there is a link for you to join my broadcast channel. I will have a little mini sale or discount code to use on the frame and the inserts today only, okay? So make sure you're in there because I will drop a discount code in there for y'all for today only, okay? All right, let's get this dry. So I did go ahead and I did a little bit of prep work. I started painting the frame just because I wasn't quite sure how long it would take us to paint our Santa. So we'll go ahead and paint this and put it all together. Hi, Tracy. But let's check it out. Let's see if it needs anything else. I started off with painting it in vanilla. Y'all know vanilla is my fave. But I didn't paint it perfectly because I wanted it to look a little bit rustic and worn. So that's why I didn't paint it completely. What do we think? I think that looks pretty good. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take a Mr. Pen marker and I'm going to go around the edges to clean up, hello. Yes, I am on early. I try to do my lives on Thursdays in the morning just to switch it up a minute. But how's everybody doing? Y'all, I woke up this morning in my house. It was 60 degrees. 60. I was like, it is freezing. So I finally turned on the heater. But then, you know, it's going to warm up here in Texas. It's going to warm back up to like 80 today. Hi, Tracy. How are you? So I'm going in and I'm cleaning up the edges with my Mr. Pen. So let me show y'all. Let me see. Like you see how in the corner right there, the paint is on the edge. I feel like sometimes it looks a little messy at times. So if you take a pen and go over the edges, it kind of just cleans it up and makes it look a little bit more finished. But for some reason, anytime I do this, I always get shaky. I think it's because I'm afraid I'm going to get the black pen where I don't want it. You know what I mean? It's 43. Good morning, Christina. How are you? But if you didn't know, we had a live sale last night right here on this page. So if you comment the word frame, and go check your messenger. In your message, the very last link in the message will take you directly to that live sale. We had a bunch of cutouts, winter and Christmas themed. But go check those out while you can. You can claim until Friday. I know this part isn't the very fun part, but this is going to make it look so much more finished rather than leaving that paint on the edge. Okay, looks so much better now. Hello. All right, let's put this on here and let's check it out. I think that looks pretty dang good. Yes, cute. All right, so let's go ahead and glue. So this is the shutter frame. I have two different other style frames. I have like a beaded frame and like a farmhouse frame, but I thought this one was really cute. So I wanted to do this one today. I had this one in a live sale a couple of weeks ago, and I've been dying to do it. And I thought, let's go ahead and do it with the Santa Claus. So just laying that on there. I'm using my stick fast glue. I'm lining it up with that center part and getting it as straight as I possibly can. We'll do the bottom part. Hi, Joanne. All right, so tell me, what's the temperature where you're at? I know someone said 43 degrees where they're at. I think that was Miss Donna. Let me know what the temperature is where you're at. Oh, that's okay, Michelle. I appreciate you hopping on. Have you been crafting? Have you started crafting yet? It's kind of early there, isn't it? All right, lay this down. And the square part is scored on to the frame itself, so you know exactly where to put it. I got a little heavy-handed with the glue. Imagine that. But here's our frame. Okay, so the really neat thing is that we're gonna put a square in here that's gonna be able to switch it out and make it really, really simple. So you only have to buy like one frame, and it does come with an easel. I just am not gonna paint that right now, but not doing a good job of putting this on here. There we go. So it's going to stand up like that. Hi, Sissy. How are you? Working out. Yay. Oh, working out, crafting afternoon. Hi, Nancy. So let's put this to the side. We're going to make an insert that fits into here, and it's going to be Mr. Santa Claus, okay? 30 degrees in Chicago in snow. Oh, my goodness. Jealous. Snow would be wonderful. All right, so here is our Santa Claus insert. I'm going to pull out all the pieces. 35. Hi, Audra. It's too cold here for me. I hate winter. I like winter, but I don't like it when it's like really, really cold. You know what I mean? Like when I was a teacher, y'all, I hated when it was super cold and windy outside, and I hated being on recess duty. I hated it. That's when I didn't like the winter. Is because I hated when it was windy and cold. Ugh, not for me. All right, so I'm going to kind of roughly put this together to show y'all what it looks like. And then we are going to start painting his little face. Now I'm thinking of adding a pattern to the background. So should we do snowflakes or stripes? The background for behind Santa. What do y'all think? Snowflakes or stripes? I'm thinking stripes. But I will do whatever. All right, I'm just trying to see that I have all the pieces I'm supposed to, and I do, okay? So this is what he will look like, and he will fit inside that frame, okay? So first, let's start by painting the background. So a lot of times, y'all, when you get your cutouts, it looks like it's like burned. It's not, it's just glue. If you just take a wipe, and wipe up all that glue, most of it will come off. Snowflakes. See, I was going to do the stripes. Hi, Katie. We are doing an interchangeable frame. Hi, Julian. Hi, Naomi. Nomi. I can't talk today. I haven't been able to talk all week. I'm a mess. Just a giant mess. Hi, Marcia. Okay, y'all want snowflakes. So then what color should we do the background? We could paint the background black. Do the snowflakes and shimmer frost. Let's do that. Yep, y'all hear Boone. He says hello. Okay, so we'll paint the background black, and then we'll do the snowflakes and shimmer frost. How does that sound? Or if something else comes to our mind before then, we can change it. So I did just dry it up because even though it's just well, welcome on in. If y'all are new, hello. I didn't introduce myself, but my name is Alex. I live in Texas. I live in the San Antonio area, and I used to be a teacher until I was able to do this with y'all full time. So I have loved coming on and crafting with y'all and hanging out with y'all. Finally getting back into a routine. It's been a little, the last few months have just been, I don't know, not the last few months, like the last 6 months have just been a little crazy in my life. So I feel like I'm getting back into the groove of things. Hi, Robin. Hi, Victoria. So we're going to paint the background of this, and then we will add the snowflakes. So let's get everything else painted, and then we'll do that. So I know it's not super fun watching someone just sit here and paint, but I promise we'll make it fun. You're from Corpus. Awesome. Not too far from me. Just a short, like 3-hour drive, 2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive. All right. Close that up. Let's dry. And then we'll start on Santa. So I do have a bunch of different inserts. If the Santa doesn't fit your fancy, I do have other inserts on my website. So if you comment the word frame, F-R-A-M-E, and you go to the first link in the message, it'll take you to the website, and it'll show you the different frames that I have, or the different inserts. I'm hoping to add more before next week, because I would like to do a Black Friday sale with the inserts too. We'll be able to still see where you put, yes, you can still see the outline. You sure can. It's hard to see it on camera, but the outline is still there. You can definitely see it in person. Now, when I go to add the pattern on top on this, it might be a little bit more difficult to see, which is okay. But just know that if you're going to add a pattern to the background, that it might be a little bit more, highly own it, it might be a little bit harder to tell, okay? Y'all, do me a huge favor. hit the heart button for me and share the video. That would help me out tremendously. As y'all know, anytime y'all do that, that helps me out so much. Hi, Carol Frost. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, Miss Carol. All right, so here is our Santa Claus. So let's kind of break this down into the different parts. So white, his little mustache, his nose, beard. This is going to be white. Button is going to be black, yellow. We're going to use paint pens for this guy. I'm not even going to try to get in there with a, I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all, words are difficult for me today. With a foam brush. I'm so sorry. All right, let's go ahead by starting painting Mr. Santa. I'm going to use candy apple, which is a bright red. Cherry would work for this too. Now, people always ask me, do I have to use the chalk paste to paint? No, you can use whatever color, whatever type of paint you want to use. I just like to use the chalk paste because I already have it. But if you just strictly like to paint with acrylic paint, paint with acrylic paint. You know what I mean? I'm not your rule maker. I'm just here to give an idea. So I am going to paint the whole thing red. Yes, y'all, and if you'll hit that follow button, this blue number down here will move. So make sure to hit the follow button and make sure you join the broadcast channel, which is in the pinned comment below. All right, let's dry that and see if it needs another coat. Yes, good morning, Miss Robbie. Hi, Linda. Hi, Anita. Good morning. Hi, Sharon. So this doesn't really matter if it's painted because this guy is going to go directly on top. So if you want to paint it, you can, but you don't have to. I'm not going to. So there's little Santa's body. That looks pretty good. I'm going to put this to the side. Let's wipe up our glass mat, which y'all know I love. Did y'all see it move? Or was I in the way? Sorry if I was in the way. All right, let's go in with the face. So again, his eyes are actually etched in the wood. So you're going to want to be very careful when painting him. But I'm just wiping up all that extra glue, and I'm going to go in with some acrylic paint. I'm going to use the color Warm Beige. Sorry, like y'all keep pressing that button. I keep messing it up. I'm going to go in with Warm Beige, and we are going to lightly paint his little face. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Naomi. The sharing and the hitting the heart button and the commenting. The more you comment, interact, and hit the heart button and talk to me, the more it helps me. So I appreciate y'all being here more than you know. Hi, Ms. Vonda. Well, welcome on in. Okay, so let's do a giveaway. In the comments, tell me where you are watching from, and I will pick somebody to win some Happy Meal. Where are y'all watching from? I'm in San Antonio. So let me know where y'all are watching from, and we will pick a winner for some Happy Meal. So you want to be really careful when painting this because it is etched in the wood. And if you go in with a lot of paint on your brush or with a lot of pressure, you're going to get paint in his little eyes and you don't want that. So light coat, light pressure. Chicago, Phoenix, Roseville, Arizona, Green Bay, watching from Southern California. Hi, Shirley from Louisiana. Your bedroom. Okay, Miss Michelle. Miss Michelle's being sassy today. California, North Carolina, Missouri. Okay, let me finish painting this and I will go through and I'll pick somebody for Happy Meal. Tallahassee. Good morning, Miss Jackie. How are you? Mississippi. All right. And there he is. All right. Cold and snowy Minnesota, Corpus, Oklahoma. Let's see. Miss Cindy, girl, I might mess up your name. Cindy Cuevas Nicase? Cindy Cuevas I don't know how to say your last name. Are you here? If you're still here, say here. Hi, Jenny from Jenny Lee Designs. Hello from Virginia. Hello, I'm Newbie. Welcome, Miss Catherine. Hi, Gina Long. Oh, Gina Long. I said Gina, and I read where you're from. Gina Nagel is from Long Island. Hi, Amy from Montana. Well, welcome on in, y'all. We are a super friendly bunch around here. My name is Alex. I live in Texas. And y'all, I can be a little bit of a hot mess on my lives. Getting paint on my face. I show y'all the real thing. I don't know if Miss Cindy, there she is. Okay, Miss Cindy, you are one of our winners today. So do me a huge favor, send the page a message saying like, hey, I won. And I will get a form sent over to you so I can get your information so I don't lose it. And then I will get your giveaway sent out when I get a chance. Yay, I said it right. From Middle Tennessee. I've always wanted to go. I've been to Tennessee. I've always wanted to go to Nashville. What are your thoughts about Nashville? Do we like Nashville? All right, so this little button I'm going to paint in black. And I'm just going to use what was left on my brush. Throw that away. Now, a little thing about me is I don't clean my foam brushes. Some people get really mad at me, but I do not clean my foam brushes. The reason why I use foam brushes is because I don't even clean my paint brushes. So that's why I do that. Don't get mad at me. I already know this about myself. I know, it's so fun to see where y'all are watching from. I really enjoy hearing where y'all are from. It makes my day. All right, we're gonna just use white acrylic paint for all the other pieces. So all these other pieces are going to be white. So it's his little mustache, the brim to his hat, all of those things. And y'all, if you don't have this glass mat, you need it because it is amazing. Been to Nashville several times. I've heard good things. I really would like to go. And of course, my white acrylic paint. My middle daughter lives in Nashville. She moved there from Knoxville and she graduated college. Oh, awesome. Hi, Beverly. How are you? Your name looks very familiar. I think you've been on my lives before, I believe, Miss Beverly. All right. So note to self, I need to clean out the nozzle of my white acrylic paint. All right. This is the last little bit that we have to paint other than this guy. And then we will start doing everything else. Alex, you need a cup of water. I know, Michelle. But then you know what happens when I do that? It sits there until the water dries out. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm that kind of crafter. I've done that before, but then I forget to clean them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm a mess. That's why I use foam brushes, because I know myself too well. I'm always hopeful of myself. Like, no, I can clean them. I can do it. Do I? No. Nashville is a great place to visit. I live an hour south of Nashville. Awesome. I've always wanted to go. And probably not during the summer. Probably like in the winter months, right? Good morning, Deb. How are you? Alrighty. So this is probably going to take probably 2 coats. So I'm going to go in. We'll paint these. We'll dry them. And then we'll go in and we'll do another coat. But thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting with me. You know, just thanks for being y'all. I have like a cup of water when I work and then forget. Exactly, Victoria. I am not one of those crafters where like everything is neat and perfect and in its place. And I clean my brushes like I'm supposed to. I'm not one of those crafters. This room that I'm in is a disaster. I've got to get it clean because it's driving me nuts. Been to Nashville but want to go back. Hi, Patricia. How are you? All right. All these pieces are painted. Let's dry them. They're definitely going to need another coat. I know, Victoria. I'm so happy for you. Oh, no, Sharon. I'm so sorry. Good morning, Miss Denise. Hi, Cynthia. Hello. All right. you know, I think they'd be okay with one coat. We'll see. Miss Marilyn, I'm still live. I'm still here. So if you see that red live box right there on any videos that you're watching, any of the lives, if you see that red live box, that means that person is live. So just always look for that when you're watching some of the live videos. Thanks, Robbie. I started what you do. I love this one. Yes. I always wanted to like be really good about my brushes and all that, but y'all, I forget. And then I spend all this money on brushes and then I, you know, waste it because I didn't clean them. Now I heard that you can use, what is it, Awesome Spray to clean your brushes. Like you let them soak in there and it like brings them back to life. Is that true? Has anybody tried that? I'm doing good, Miss Patricia. I am. It's Thursday. As soon as I hop off of here, I'm going back into the office and cutting orders, which Miss Patricia, I am cutting your order as I'm live right now. So your order should absolutely ship today. I apologize that it's been a little bit delayed. My machine went down and I was waiting on a part. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you. Just me being me. Being a mess. It's snowing. Oh, it won't stick though. Well, that's good. Right? You don't want it to stick, I would imagine. That'd probably make like driving difficult. Oh no, Marilyn, you are totally fine. You are totally fine, my beautiful friend. Please don't apologize. All right. Last piece. No, I take that. I lied. We have a star and the little holly, but we're going to use some paint pens for that. We'll use the paint pen for the star too. All right. Pull this out. Let's dry it. And then we do have to clean up the edges because your girl got a little messy. I got a little messy. I'm a messy painter, clearly, all over my hands. Sometimes it's on my face. It's pretty to watch. Your niece doesn't like it. Or your knees don't like it. I bet it hurts your dang knees. All right, let's get this dry. That looks pretty good. Okay, put this to the side. I'm gonna wipe up my hands and then we're gonna pull out our paint pens and we're gonna paint these. So this is the little holly that comes with it in a star. And y'all, I promise we are almost done with all the painting and then it's gonna be the fun part of putting it together and seeing it come to life. So if you just jumped on, we started off with creating this frame. Okay, this is the shutter frame that I have. It's an interchangeable piece. So right in here, the square that we're creating is going to be interchangeable. So you can change it out for the different holidays and stuff or the different seasons. I absolutely love that frame. So I wanted to make it on live with y'all. What kind of paint pens? I'm going to show you. If I don't get messy, yeah, exactly, Marilyn. Exactly. What kind of paint pens? I have all sorts of paint pens. So y'all don't judge me for my paint pen collection because I'm still trying to find some good paint pens. So I have Posca, which are okay. I really like the Sharpie brand. These are some of my favorites. And then I just recently got these acrylic paint pens. And I'm liking these too. So lots of different paint pens. They're all linked in my Amazon storefront if you want to check that out. Okay. So we're going to go in with this color for the star. Maybe. Is this one dry? Y'all, I might have a dry paint pen that I haven't even used. Okay. Well, that one doesn't work. Will do. Okay. Well, what the heck? Hold, please. We'll just use our tried and true Sharpie. So I really like the Sharpie Creative Markers. So far, these are my favorite. I think they do a really good job of covering like that. I really like the Sharpie brand. Y'all, I'm a little bummed because I just bought these. I've only used them like once. Well, those might be getting returned. Okay. Let's go in. We're going to do the berry. So I am going to use my Sharpie brand. Okay, and then we're gonna go in with green. Oh, no, not that green. That's like I don't like that green. Look at that green. That's like neon. No, thank you. We don't like that. All right, let's see if this one will work. Okay. See, I have a friend who loves these and she swears by them. There we go. That's better. That's the green I was looking for. I just think those other two were dried out already. And I haven't even used them. Okay, so I don't like the green in the Sharpie brand, but this one will do. Okay. Sticking to my fingers. All right, let's pull everything out. Let's get everything dry. Let's make sure everything is dry. We'll clean up our edges really quickly. And then here comes the fun part, is we're gonna do some chalking. Y'all voted, I think. So we have the stripes or the snowflakes. Y'all voted for the snowflakes. And both of these transfers are 50% off. So they're normally $16. So you can get them for $8 if you're a regular customer, but Perks members, you get 50% off, you're 30% off. So become a Perks members. You have, did it come? No. So Victoria, I got this one at Michael's, but you can also get it on Amazon. I bought one off of Amazon too. I love it. I swear by it. If you don't have this glass mat, you need it. If you comment the word frame and you go to the message that my page sends you and go into Amazon favorites, it's linked in there. I love this glass mat. It's the bee's knees in my opinion. All right, I'm going to go through with a black paint pen and I'm just cleaning up the edges where your girl got a little messy with the paint. I think it just makes it look a little bit more finished and complete. I don't always do this step, but I'm trying to be better about doing it. Hi, Lori. I was going to say Lorraine. Hi, Lori. Okay. Like, it just looks so much better. But the problem with me is my hands get shaky during this part. For some reason. All right, looks good. All right, y'all ready? Let's do the fun part. Well, what the heck? Y'all, I don't know where my black square went. Oh my gosh, see? I'm a mess. That's about right, y'all. That's about right, as I don't know where I put... I don't know where I put the board that it actually goes on. Oh my goodness, Alex, really? Good grief. How does one misplace this? I have a small one I just got and love it, but I want the bigger one also, yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all. I don't know where the board went. It's a black square. OMG. Y'all. Who took it? I don't know where, I legit don't know where it went. And I'm like, I'll put it here for a safe place. And now I don't remember. And now I'm starting to panic because I'm live. And I don't know where I put it. It's drying somewhere, exactly. Oh my gosh, Alex. You silly little person. Me. Y'all. Okay. Put it somewhere. Where did I put it? I feel like it'd be over here, but I don't see it anywhere. Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. Usually I find it a lot faster. The live might be over at this point. Okay. See, it's a mess in here. I apologize, my friends. How is this possible? Because it's me, that's why it's possible. Check under the transfer. I did. It's not there. Hold, please. Did you look under your frame? Yeah, I looked. It's not over here. It's a black square. How does that go missing? I feel like that would pop out, right? No. I'm like highly upset with myself, y'all. How does this happen? Oh my goodness. Whoever said it fell on the floor, you were correct. Oh my goodness. Who was that? Jennifer, I'm going to give you something. Send me a message saying you won something because you were right. It fell on the floor. Gosh. Woo, y'all. I'm a mess, but usually not that bad. Usually I find it fairly quickly. Okay. Calm down, Alex. It's all good. Sorry, y'all. All right, so we are going to wax. Yes, Miss Jennifer, you were the one that said it fell on the floor. So send me a message and I will send you a form. Oh my gosh. All right, so my wax is a little bit on the drier side, so I always like to heat it up just to soften it. And we're just going to use a paper towel to apply the wax. Oh my gosh. Yeah, or we could blame it on the dogs. Boone came in here, even though he's outside, he came in here and he took it, right? Alrighty, so we're going to use the snowflake transfer. Now, as you can see, mine got a little bent. If this happens to yours, what you can do is place it, sit it down, place like a heavy thing on top of it, and it should flatten it out. Oh my gosh. If you're new here, you're probably like, this girl is crazy. This girl, I don't know about her. I apologize, y'all. Normally I have it a little bit better together. Normally I have it together a little bit better than that. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. I know myself too well. So we're not going to see a ton of the snowflakes, which is fine. That's not going to bother me. We just want a little bit of a background. Thank you so much for sprinkling me out. I appreciate it. I hope that I was able to provide some entertainment to y'all this morning and make y'all feel like if you're like me, that, you know, you're not alone. There's another person out there like you who is a mess. Okay, so I'm making sure that those snowflakes are more visible at the top because that's where most of the black, open black space is. But we're going to push this down and we're just going to chalk the whole thing. Should we do it in white or shimmer frost? Shimmer frost is the naughty elf, exactly. Never a dull moment. It's always something around here. Should we do the snowflakes in shimmer frost or bright white? What do y'all think? Hi, Kathy. Ooh, that is a little dry. I do that all the time. Most of the time I'm sitting on it. See, Joanne, I'm glad I'm not alone. Always entertaining, exactly. There's always something going on in this live. There's always something happening during my lives. Shimmer frost, okay. I figure that's what y'all would say. All right, so this is shimmer frost. It's a shimmery white, and it's a little bit more, oh heck, what am I looking for now? There it is. It's a little bit more of like a glittery. You do. That's why we all enjoy watching. You make the same mistakes we do. I try to show y'all that, you know, because sometimes you watch, like, don't get me wrong. And if you're this type of person, I wish I was like you. Sometimes you watch these crafters who, thank you so much for sprinkling. You watch these crafters who are like, everything in its place and everything just goes perfectly and there's no mistakes. And yeah, I'm not like that. And then there's me. Who's a mess. But I like to show y'all the real. Like, I am not gonna I'm not going to shy away from it. I am not one of those people where everything goes perfectly and everything has its place. And, you know, I can be an organized person because I was a teacher for 11 years. But for some reason, like with crafting, I'm not. And so, you know, I just like to show y'all me. And like I tell y'all, sometimes my dad looks at me and he's like, I don't know how you make it through life on a daily basis, Alex. He sometimes tells me that. He's just like, good Lord. All right, let's lift this up. Ooh, y'all. I like that. Okay. We'll clean that really quickly, but let me show y'all. That is some bright. Oopsie daisies are good. Exactly. That is some bright paste on that black. I really like the black and the shimmer frost together. Oh my word. That is really pretty. What do y'all think? So now that we added that, it's going to be a little bit harder to see the outline. But here comes the fun part. We're going to put it all together, y'all, and then we're going to be done. I certainly try to be Miss Robbie. I really like that. Y'all, go grab that transfer. It's 50% off. You need it. That'd be perfect for, all your winter crafts. Just saying. I have a feeling we're going to use the heck out of that come the winter craft. Ooh, y'all, look at, I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm excited. All right, we're going to use our Stick Fast glue. It's definitely brighter than what I thought, Linda. I thought it was going to be more subtle. It was way brighter than I thought, but I think it looks good. Now, if it's too bright for you, you could sand it down. But I actually don't mind it. Okay, so you can still see a little bit of the outline of the Santa. Making sure it's flush against, there we go. It does pop. Hi, Lisa. I'm excited. All right, let's glue his little face in. He's coming together, y'all. Our Santa is coming alive. All right, now let me kind of put all of these pieces on here. I'm not gonna add rose to his cheeks. I think he looks pretty good without it. What the heck? Oh no. I glued his eyes upside down. Oh heck, y'all. I glued his eyes upside down. Which I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. We might have to draw eyes. Okay, so I messed up. I glued his eyes upside down. My bad. So, I may not add this little guy. So, I made a little boo-boo. I glued his eyes upside down. So because of that, this bottom piece right here is not going to fit. Now, I can totally leave him off and just add his button and call it a day, which I think is what I'm going to do. So, had I... I'm just laughing at myself, y'all. It lines up and you could... you can only just see the top of his eyes. So make sure before you put the glue in, I know, I was excited, that the eyes are in correctly. So I'm not going to add this piece. That way we can see his eyes, okay? He kind of looks like a mad Santa, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. I'm just over here laughing at myself, y'all. We're gonna make it work, but that's what not to do. Don't do what I did. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't. Maybe what I'll do, hold on. Let me glue this. Maybe what I'll do is, oh, I know. I'm just giving y'all a hard time. You can laugh at me. It's okay. Because this has just been a disaster. Not a disaster, but, you know, just doesn't go right sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't go your way. Okay, so make sure you put everything together first before you glue so you know everything is the way it's supposed to be. Like I said, I glued my eyes upside down, so we're not able to add this little piece. Now, if you're not putting it in a frame, you could totally add that piece if you wanted to. But I want to put it in my frame. So there's that. Let's see. That looks, I'm making sure that this little puff goes one way, a certain way. There we go. Patty, I don't know if it'll come off. Since it's stick fast glue, it won't. I'm not using hot glue to attach. And y'all, I sat there and lined it up and then I messed it up. There we go. So I don't think it'll heat back up with the stick fast glue. It's stick fast, the stick fast thick. I really like this when putting like for wood pieces and stuff together. Now you could totally use your hot glue. I've even used this before. It all works. I just don't recommend hot glue if you're going to put it outside. Or if you live in like a warmer climate area. So like here in Texas, it gets so incredibly hot in the summer that if I were to attach things with just hot glue and I put it outside, the hot glue would heat back up and all my pieces would fall off. So that's just my 2 cents, but you can use whatever glue you like. You know what I mean? Paint the fur with some snow text. I'm running out of time. That's the problem. I've got 3 minutes. And I'm just over here just yapping. Put his little nose in. Okay. We'll add, I like the wood glue from Dollar Tree. Okay. Not a disaster, just a lot of fun. It hasn't been a disaster. It's just been like, you know, what else can Alex lose or mess up? Hi, Garden Bug Designs. How are you? Okay, so this is my question. Should we take a white paint pen because I couldn't add this? Should we take a white paint pen and draw it on there and then glue the button, or just do the button? Sand it. I would have to sand it off pretty well. A lot. Like quite a bit. I want to use it had I not. Oh gosh. Okay, I thought I attached that already. He looks like a mad Santa because I put his eyes upside down, y'all. He looks angry. Santa is not happy. I think I'm just going to do the button. I didn't mean to make Santa so mad. I'm just going to do the button just for time. And y'all, because if I drew that, it would look like a kindergartner drew it. I by no means have any sort of artistic ability. All right, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a little bit of detail with my acrylic paint pen, and then we're going to call it a day. So do me a huge favor, y'all, hit that heart button for me. Comment the word frame. I'm going to put it in the frame here in just 1 second, but I want to add some detail to it. Do the thing here. These markers are not my favorite. There we go. And there he is. Even though he's a little mad, it's okay, right? So this is an insert that can fit in any of my interchangeable frames, but it is meant to sit right in here, just like so. Okay. Let me put the easel up. I didn't paint my easel, but y'all will get the gist of it. but you can paint your easel. And this is made just to sit just like this. And then when Christmas is over, you punch it out and you put a new insert in. I'm working on adding more inserts to my website, but there he is. I'm obsessed with that frame. What do y'all think? Now you could add, I think a bow and some greenery up here would be really pretty. So make sure, before we do anything else, make sure you're in my broadcast channel. I'm going to announce a winner here in just 1 second. So to join my broadcast channel, right down here in the pinned comment, open it up. There's a link. Click on the link and join the channel. It's just a way for me to send out notifications and messages to you, but not everybody will be able to respond and you won't get all the notifications like in a group chat. You know what I mean? But I'm going to put a discount code up for all of my frames and all of my inserts that I have on my website for today only. So go grab it in the broadcast channel as soon as I'm done here. But let's pick a winner. So the 5th person to comment the word glue will be our winner today. The 5th person on my end to comment the word glue will be the winner, and you can only enter 1 time. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you for all the follows and the hearts. I think he turned out cute, even though he looks a little angry. He's mad because it's not Christmas yet. That's what we're going to go with. Donna was number 1. Sandy was number 2. Robbie was number 3. Michelle was number 4. Lisa Marteau, you were number 5. So you have won some Happy Mail, Miss Lisa. So please send me a message and I will get your form sent over to y'all. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with me, even though we had a little bit of some hiccups on this live. But I appreciate y'all so much. Go join the broadcast channel so you can save a little bit of money on your insert and your frame today. And go grab the transfer, all right? Y'all have a great rest of your day. I might be on tomorrow, not sure yet, but I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.